Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Oh, before we actually start, I'm going to be facing backwards today so you can get a look at my backside. Or, because I've got the new YouTube merch on. Yes, made it myself, cost me $10.99. But what do you reckon? Look at that. Nice little polo shirt for work. You know, get that cost down, get some VAT. Anyway, moving on. Anyone wants one of these, they're costing me, just so everyone knows this, and you can research this on Amazon. I'm literally just buying them on Amazon and get them shipped to me. They cost me $10.99, free shipping. And I would like to sell them to you guys for $14.99 plus the shipping. So I'm only making like £4, or £20 all in, if you get what I mean. You get what I mean? So you just send me 20 quid if you want one of these. Tell me your size. Obviously, I'll order it. It'll get sent to me within so many days. Then I'll send it to you guys, and you got a Kaji t-shirt. So I hope you like this. If not, just stay tuned anyway. But today's video is a bit different. We're going to run through the top 5 things that I think will sell better on eBay. So the top 5 best sellers on eBay, in my opinion. But before we get into that, I'm going to try and pop up some edits as well. So when I go like that, it like pops up showing you what kind of thing I'm on about. Before we get into it, I got a delivery today, and I thought it was from the back wall. There's no note in there, no nothing. I don't want to be disrespectful or anything, but somebody sent a lollipop. Now this lollipop is sealed in the shape of a balloon, is it? But I don't know what that is, if you get what I mean. There's no, I know it's a lolly, but there's nothing on it. I can't give that to Alvi because I don't know what it is, if you know what I mean. It could be anything. It could be like a super sour poison lolly. Wow. Whoever said that, you've just killed me. That was alright. I give it to Alvi. He likes it. So thank you, whoever sent that. We're going to run into it now. The top 5 best things for me that sell on eBay, my opinion. From 5th to 1st. So I've written my list down. Top 5. We're going to get straight into it. Now, oh, that's just falling down. What am I on about? This is going to be solid to do because I want to try and get like things popping up on the screen to show you what I'm on about. But yeah. So this is just to be my opinion. So 5 is going to be the hardest things for me to sell. Then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1 is the best thing for me to sell. Okay? So let's get straight into it. Starting off at number 5, we have, that's right, clothing. So I'm on about like joggers, jumpers, t-shirts, polo shirts, coats, anything like that. Football shirts. Anything clothing wise for me is solid to sell. I just, for some reason, maybe my eBay following's just not clothing. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Just clothes is really, really hard to sell for me, in my opinion. Up next, at number 4, you've probably guessed it. It's right here. That's right, it's shoes. So I'm talking, some days I go out, I'll find a pair of shoes, boots, whatever, and they sell quite quickly. But the reality of it all is as followed. I've still got all these listed, still got the ice skates, whatever else. I did have this full, and I think all 3 of them was full of shoes. Until Whatnot came along and I just sold them all for like a couple of quid. I've even still got a pair up there. But that's beside the point. You see people, other resellers, you see like Johnny Dodger. I think he used to work as like something to do with shoes, didn't he? So he knows all the shoe brands, but they can snipe on Vinted. I've been on Vinted sniping. I've searched size, price that I'm willing to pay, whatever else, refreshing the page. Nothing ever happens. And I end up buying teddies or toys or some shit like that. So yeah, number 4 is shoes. Moving on to number 3, this will be a shock to some people because people used to call me the king of it. Plushes. Now I go out and I buy a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot of plushes. Reality of that is as well, at the minute I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full down there, a full sack of them full down there, and then shelving in there full. You know what? We need the content to be longer, so let me show you what I mean. They're probably not even listed anymore. It's been that long they haven't sold. Got some more, some great ones in there. Build-A-Bears, 2 boxes full of them. This whole Amazon sack, which is like up to my belly. So that is, I'm 6'4", so that's quite tall. Full of teddies. And then like I'm starting to fill them in little gaps, look. Like I'm picking up decent plushes. And yeah, they do sell. You do get the odd one that sells for a lot of money. That's why, like, it's just so easy with plushes. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you can pick them up. The thing is, the reason people pick them up, right, and I'll tell you, you go to a car, but you can get a plush for 50p or £1 and sell it for 10 to 15 quid. So every time you pick up a plush, oh, it's a tenner from 50p. It's a tenner from £1. People, there's other YouTubers who won't dare touch plushes, right? They think, oh, there's not enough profit in it for me. I'm not paying £1 for a tenner. But they'll pay £10 for a £100 item. Now, if you get 10 plushes and all of them sell for the £10, you have then bought a £10 item and sold it for £100. You've just done it a lot longer way. And plus the £10 to £100, it might be like a £100 pair of shoes. They might sit around for months because you've got to wait for that certain buyer. With the plushes, person will come... Jesus. Call an ambulance. Call a bloody ambulance. Anyway, moving forth. With the plushes, from £1 to a tenner, like we're saying, the £10 into 100 then, you've got to wait for the right buyer to come along, and it might take a while. With the £1 into £10 10 times, that's quite easy to happen. Because people go on there and go, oh, I'm paying £100 for a pair of second-hand shoes. Like we all done before. I won't pay £100 for a pair of second-hand shoes, but that's just me, even if I was keeping them. But plushes, I could quite easy have a spare tenner plus post and be like, you know what, I'll chuck £12.95 at this every delivery. Happy days. That's why it's a lot easier to sell plushes, isn't it? You get what I'm trying to say. Up next, now number 2, she's right here. I probably didn't do this for number 3, but for number 2, should be around here if the editing skills work. If it don't, then just bear with me. So in at number 2 is like gaming items. So I'm talking, for me, that sells good. It's just in my opinion, by the way. I'm talking like computer games, PC games, Wii games. You get the gist. Just gaming consoles: PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, Xbox 360, Xbox One, DS, Switch. Anything to do with gaming. We get like Guitar Heroes, drum, anything. Anything to do with gaming for me, especially consoles or games, I can list them and I sell instant. Yeah, you do with everything. I have a lot of back listings, whatever. But that's just part and parcel of the game, innit? Do you know what I mean? For example, I found games before. Auction. Went to auction. Big crate. Where is that crate? I don't know where the crate is, but there's a big... Say this thing. Big box like that. This has got the army uniforms, that's what I'm listed in. But it was full of games. There must have been about 50, 60 games in there, all for the week. Bidding ended at like £16, £17. I think it cost me like 21 quid or something like that to get it all after fees. Went through it. Mario Kart, Wii Sport, Super Mario Bros. So just one of them games made all the money back, and the rest of them were just so easy. And then you can get games at like that you can sell for like £5.99. You get them 50p, £9.99, 50p. And games at a boot sale, usually people don't really know much about games unless you're a game seller. They are hard to find because everyone's in the same game, but I find them easy to sell. I've picked up games at boot sales 50p or £1 and sold them for 30, 40 quid. Do you know what I mean? I can't use an example. Charity shop bundle, I got a games that was getting rid of. Scanned one of them, it was for a Wii, it was some sort of detective game. No, it wasn't, it was for DS, sorry, detective game. I paid like 30 quid for 40 games, and one of them was a £50 game. Then it's the one next to it was the second version of that game, another 30 quid. Guitar Heroes as well. People don't seem to pick them up, I don't know why. I always now, though, only go for the Wii Guitar Heroes, because you get the Xbox ones, you've got to open the back of it up, or PlayStation ones, and then you've got to see the battery and it's always going to be damaged. Whereas if you've got the one that just goes in the Wii, as long as your controller works, the Guitar Hero will work. Happy days. And then in at number 1, you've probably guessed it by now, but here it is. It's cameras. Cameras. For me, I love them. Can find them all the time. Well, that's a lie. Digital cameras are probably the best. Well, not probably, they are the best ones. Like when I found that camera for 3 quid, I bought a battery, sold it for £369.99. I did sell it for £300. The guy then returned it because he thought it was an A6400, which was my mistake. He returned it, gave him the cash back. I listed it a couple of days later. It sold on eBay for $369.99. Didn't put it in the video because I couldn't be bothered to explain that the guy returned it, and I had to, but it is what it is. Fees on that as well was insane. I paid about 70 quid in fees, so yeah, that's mental. Still got about 200 quid for that camera though, in my back pocket. Another thing, for example, is old film cameras, them Canon ones I've picked up. People seem to leave them behind. I've sold the same one twice. The first time I found it for £4 at the charity shop. Sold it for 85 on offer. No, 80 on offer, sorry, from £4. And then I found another one at a car boot sale. I knew what it was, and you see on Daz's video as well. So if you haven't followed Darren the Legend, he'll be commenting somewhere. Make sure you do drop him a follow. You see on his video that he goes, picks it up, and he goes, nah, puts it down because he didn't know what it was. I think he does mention Kaji will be around and get that in a minute. And I go around, pick it up, it's there. The guy said a tenner. Everyone's like, oh, bloody hell, it's expensive. But I've already sold this for 80 quid, so I know £10 is nothing for this. So I bought it for a tenner, got home, fully worked, put it on eBay, 94.95, just to up it a little bit. Within a couple of hours, it was gone. It was gone. So old film cameras, always keep an eye out. The holy grail is if you find if you find like an old film camera, so like a Mew 1, 2 or 3. 3 I don't think is as good, but if you find a Mew, or whichever way around it is, an Olympus Mew, pennies. But if you ever find a Sony Cybershot digital camera, or even the bigger ones like that, mad money. Again, handy cams. A Sony handy cam again, that's good money. Like, look here. That was full, but we sold a lot of it now. You can even go to like, look at them all, there's loads of them in there. You can even go to like cash converters. Is there any more in there? That's tight. There's some in here. No, that in here. Look, we've literally nearly sold out of all the cameras. Like this I got from cash converters, this Canon. Canon again is another big brand. Paid 20 quid for that and it's listed for 70. Another Olympus to look out for, it's about a 30 quid camera. And you can pick these up for next to nothing. Right, so I hope you like that kind of video. I had it all written down. It's just something to do that I'll take like 10-15 minutes to film, and I can just get on with the rest of the day. Car boots tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. All this bit where I was going like number 1, number 2 and doing all this. Hopefully I know how to edit and it does it. Otherwise I'm just like a knobhead doing this all the time. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who's tipped me and the tip thing underneath the video in the bottom where you tip and you can like donate a £1.99 or £2, whatever it is, and it's like to buy me a drink. But let's be honest, I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink hot drinks really, to be fair, so I'm probably just going to end up either spending it at the boot sale to reinvest or getting more merch sorted out, whatever else. So that's me done for the day. If you want some merch, I know it's 20 quid, it's expensive, but at the minute it's the cheapest I can get it. Until the company reaches out to me in a couple of weeks and actually does make a bundle deal so I can do it cheaper. But if you want one of these, tell me your size, send me 20, within a week you'll have it. Appreciate it. If I get it in the background, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you do. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Get you. Get you.